All right, so I just wanted to make a spontaneous video to complement the blog that I wrote this week and really share it from a place of love and encouragement and excitement of what could be possible when you really design a business that serves your life. As I was preparing with my team on what I wanted to share, what I'm loving right now, I've been sending out an email to those on my email list called What is Danielle Loving Right Now? We've talked about cacao and archery and different tools like metrical, things that I've been using in my business. And the reality is, what am I loving right now is the ability to experience the beauty of designing my business that allows me to step into my mission, which is to help women design businesses that serve their life, but also to be embodying that and living that in real time. The decisions that I've made a decade ago, 5 years ago, and the decisions I made even as of last Monday to refine, to be intentional with the way I show up with my time, to be aware of what's getting my energy, where I'm spending my money, right? Maximizing my team resources, all the things. I've given you some tactical things that I've implemented in my business that I revisit often by doing this mid-year assessment. You've heard me say over the years, if you can track it, you can master it. So there's different tools that I've linked in there as far as different trackers. Of course, I build custom ones for clients based on your unique business. So what I track isn't necessarily going to make sense on what you track in your business. But it's important that you start to measure when something is being successful, when something's aligning with your values versus when it's not, and be okay with that rest, pause, pivot, but don't quit mentality, right? Being able to make a pivot or step away from something or closing a chapter doesn't mean that it's a failure. It means that it served that season that you're in, but no longer makes sense as you're moving into the next chapter of your life. And for me, one of the things that I love doing as I prepare for summer is I like to work my schedule backwards. I really like to take no coaching calls past noon. I work on a 3-day coaching week now. Been doing this for a couple of years. I also take December's off. You guys know this about me if you've been around me for any amount of time. That all takes intentional preparation all throughout the year to make sure that one, I'm serving my clients well, but also that I'm serving me well and that I'm serving my family well. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to be doing life and business with business owners who are stretched too thin, that are frustrated, that are resenting the work that they're in. And it all starts with small changes, but over time compound for that bigger result to where you can get to the place where you can say, I love the work that I'm doing. I'm still living out my mission, but at the end of the day, the business does serve me and where I'm at in my life, because most importantly, as business owners, we need to have a strong foundation so that we can build, support, and pour into those around us. So of course, I had to give you some tacticals. I gave you some questions that are thought-provoking, but also some tactical ways that I actually use and tools that I actually use to help revisit and shape the business that I'm in. For instance, the time mastery workshop, right, that I've gifted to you guys. It's over a couple of days. It also comes with how to create your ideal week. I have a tab for softball season, which we are in the thick of tournament ball season right now. But during school ball, I need to make sure my schedule allows me to be done with coaching and mentoring in order to be able to be my kids' biggest fans sitting in the stands. When I fulfill that side of things, I'm a better coach, I'm a better mom, and overall a happier business owner. So I wanted to send you guys a little bit of love today, add a little bit of context, and I hope that you really start to lean into the fact that it is within your control to start making those intentional decisions. When you start going through this refining process, you might find that your pricing isn't where it needs to be. Your launch processes aren't. Your offer suite isn't supporting the bigger version. And I always say it's important to tap into how you want to feel. I think in 5-year increments, right? How do I want to feel versus just what do I want to be doing? That allows me to make daily decisions every day saying, is this getting me closer to how I want to feel? If I don't want to feel glued to a computer all day, I have to design my business in a certain way. I have to price my services in a certain way. I have to go through launch processes in a certain way to ensure that it serves my bigger vision, right? So hopefully this is helpful. How do you want to feel? Is your business serving the way you want to feel now? If not, what are some small intentional tweaks that you can start making today? I'd love it if you guys felt called to share this with me, whether that's sending me a DM, replying to my email, sharing it on a post. I just would love to know, how are these shifts happening for you? Because you never know who you're going to inspire. Me, I work backwards, right? I schedule my mornings starting at 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Versus leaving my schedule open at 2, right? And having meetings scattered all throughout the place. I can just kind of knock it out in the morning and spend the rest of the summer days with my kids. I have a pivoting schedule, meaning that I know during softball season, things are going to look different. So I start to schedule things out that way. I know I don't take coaching clients in December, so I know when my contracts have to end. I know the language I need to use when communicating that. So hopefully this is helpful. Excited to see you dive in. Remember, you are the master of your time, money, energy, and I love you so big.